Falcons stood tall, stayed sharp, and booked their place in the final with nerves of steel and hearts of champions. The final against host Morocco was a test of spirit. 2 goals down at halftime, the Falcons roared back with Okoronkwo, Ijamulisi, and Echigeni rewriting the script.
Okoronkwo against Murici. Okoronkwo sends her the wrong way. Nigeria right back in it. With an opportunity for her second, squares the ball. Nigeria are right back in it. Foot floated up, running onto it. They've got a third. Nigeria are about to pull off.
Against the odds, they conquered. Against the noise, they rose. And for the 10th time, Nigeria stood top in African women's football. A gesture the President Bola Tinubu and the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, who both watched the game, described as a victory for Nigeria.
As a team, I'm very, very proud of you. The entire nation is proud of you. You lifted our spirit and pride to the old generation, and we are all very, very happy. You'll be celebrated, and I congratulate all the coaches and the management of the team, including the ministers and the officials.
Thank you, sir.
It is therefore football fans' opinion that the Super Falcons did not just win the 2024 WAFCON. They reminded Africa why Nigeria remains the heartbeat of the beautiful game. In Abuja, Oche Ngbedi, NTA News.
President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has also congratulated the Super Falcons for winning the Women African Cup of Nations for a historic 10 times after a thrilling 2-3 comeback against host Morocco. In a statement, Akpabio said he is proud of the Super Falcons, commending their team spirit, resilience, and unwavering commitment to excellence. He described the thrilling comeback against Morocco as reminiscent of the Saudi '88 miracle and the Dream Team's triumph at the Atlanta '96 Olympics. This victory, he adds, will forever be in the annals of African football history. Also, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, congratulates the Super Falcons for winning the Women's African Cup of Nations, saying the victory was well-deserved. Speaker Abbas commends the Nigerian team for defeating their Moroccan opponents in a spectacular comeback at the finals on Saturday night, saying they have further cemented their position as champions of Africa. While restating his commitment to helping revive Nigeria's sporting sector, Speaker Abbas calls for the revival of inter-house and inter-school sporting competitions, stressing the need for the government to embark on a Catch Them Young campaign. The Minister of Women Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, has congratulated Nigeria's national women's football team, the Super Falcons, on their historic victory at the 2024-25 Total Energies Women's African Cup of Nations. In a statement, the minister says this is more than a win in the pitch. It is a powerful symbol of the strength, discipline, and unbreakable spirit of the Nigerian women. She further applauds the team's resilience, teamwork, and grace under pressure, calling their triumph a source of national pride and a beacon of hope for girls across the country. The The Minister of Art, Culture, Tourism and the Creative Economy, Hannatu Musa Musawa, extends her warmest congratulations to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Musawa, who watched the match live with the Minister of Women Affairs, Hajia Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, and the Minister of State for Finance, Doris Nkiruka Ozoko-Anite, commended the team's resilience and attacking prowess, which saw the Super Falcons stage an incredible comeback after trailing 2-0 at halftime. The minister expressed pride in the team's achievement, which not only brought glory to Nigeria, but also inspired a new generation of young Nigerians to pursue their dreams in sports and beyond. One of the national team coaches, Haruna Ilerika, joined us earlier to speak to what this historic feat by the Nigerian senior female football team means to the nation. Yes.
The girls, the nation in football, you don't joke with it. And that is what they did yesterday. Nobody remember whatever is the problem of this great country. Everything was left behind. We were there to celebrate throughout today now in churches and everywhere. All those that lost faith, that went to bed, when they woke up this morning, only for them to see that it was a victory for Nigeria. It's a very big this time. It relieves everybody of the pain.
Yeah. So what do you think this success right now, this victory means for Nigeria at this moment, especially for young girls who are dreaming to be, successful in sports?
Yeah, you see, when you have a victory of this nature, for those of us who are coaches all over, when we go to the pitch, you see it on the faces of these young girls that they want to become an household name, just exactly what we have seen of those that were there yesterday. Some of these ladies yesterday make a mark in putting their name on the map. Some don't even know some of them before, but because of what happened yesterday, all those that some of these upcoming ones keep seeing them as their role model. They want to be on a bigger stage like this one day. We have to improve our league, continuously improving our league. Yesterday we saw some home-based ladies, about 4 of them were in the team, and that is what gives hopes to the younger ones at home. With the improvement of the league and the development of the league will continue to groom bigger talents, and with one day they will get out to the where greener pasture is, and they'll be able to make more money. But we need to improve them here at the local league, improve the league, get it better, so that more talent can come up and the nation can maintain its pedigree.
Vice President Kassim Shettima has departed Abuja for Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian capital, to represent Nigeria at the second United Nations Food System Summit being held from July 27th to 29th, 2025. He will join other global leaders at the high-level event on advancing the transformation of the coffee value chain, as well as engage in other roundtables and meetings aimed at bolstering Nigeria's food security drive. The summit brings together global leaders to reflect on progress made since the inaugural 2021 UN Food System Summit and accelerate commitment towards building resilient, inclusive, and sustainable food systems. The VP will also participate in other events on the sidelines of the summit designed to spotlight real-world examples of food systems transformation, promote knowledge exchange and partnership, and inspire collective action through evidence-based solutions and creative expression. At a recent briefing by the task force on the second UN Food System Summit, VP Shettima had outlined 3 key objectives for Nigeria's delegation, positioning Nigeria as a leader of thought on African food systems reform, leveraging international partnerships aligned with domestic priorities, and advancing a private sector-led model for continental food transformation. The Nigerian Navy is warning all illegal groups and criminals operating on its waterways to desist or be ready to face the full weight of the law. Kelvin Samo reports that the commander, NNS Jubilee, Commodore Abubakar Omar, gave the warning while speaking on activities of some illegal groups on the nation's maritime domain.
One of the concerns of the Nigerian Navy is addressing illegal maritime activities of some groups operating under the guise of legitimate maritime security. This set of people, the Commander NNS Jubilee, Commodore Abubakar Umar, says parade indecent, defrauding gullible citizens along coastal lines.
This is in furtherance to the Chief of the Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ikechukwu Ogala operational directives at ensuring our maritime domain is safe and secured from illegal activities in order to enhance socio-economic development of our dear nation.
The Nigerian Coastal Guard is one of such groups involved in illegal activities on the nation's waterways, hence the arrest to serve as deterrent to others.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has also empowered the Nigerian Navy with the responsibility to ensure such illegal organizations do not operate in the maritime environment. The general public are to beware that this illegal organization is deceiving people, using various antics to recruit innocent citizens into the organization that is not backed by law.
The Nigerian Navy reassures legitimate businessmen and women operating on its domain of its determination to rid the maritime space of all criminal elements. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
This is the News Desk at 3 on NTA News24. We have more reports after the break. Stay with us.
The Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation announces a landmark two-day government citizen engagement session holding on the 29th and 30th of July 2025 in Kaduna. With President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, 2 years into office, it's time to reflect. How far have we come on the promises made? This is your chance to engage directly with our government, to get your questions answered, understand policies, and make our voices count. This event will foster dialogue between federal government representatives and citizens, focusing on key sectors like national security, agriculture, infrastructure, social services, governance, and economy. It aims to bridge the gap between policy and public perception, dispel misinformation, and promote accountable governance. Join stakeholders, civil society, and fellow citizens in shaping the future of northern Nigeria and the nation at large. The foundation remains committed to advancing good governance and socio-economic development in Nigeria. Don't miss this historic opportunity, 29th and 30th July 2025 in Kaduna. Be informed, be involved, be the change. This announcement is for your information. Attendance is strictly by invitation. Announcer, Engineer Dr. Abubakar Gambo Umar, Director General, Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation.
This is NTA News24.
Welcome back. 6 years after the enactment of the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act 2018, only 23 states in Nigeria have passed disability laws, with just 15 establishing functional agencies to implement them. This gap in implementation is a key finding of the State of Disability Inclusion Report 2024, Nigeria's first of its kind, launched in Abuja by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, and Project Enable Africa. Oluseyi Adiabo reports.
The State of Disability Inclusion Report 2024 offers Nigeria's first comprehensive national assessment of disability rights implementation across 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The 158-page report provides data-driven insights across 5 critical sectors: education, health, employment, policy, and social protection.
And this report will help us to ensure that persons with disabilities enjoy the rights and privileges guaranteed them under the law.
I urge all stakeholders to carefully examine the concrete recommendation let this report guide renewed strategy for inclusive governance.
According to the findings, Lagos State emerged as the top performer, while the report highlights widespread challenges across other regions.
One of the key recommendations, I think the most important one, is to ensure that every state has a disability law and that the agency for disability is established.
People are now going to find out that some people are actually measuring how everybody is doing when it comes to the Disability Act, and I can assure you that by the time the situation report for 2025 comes out, I'm so sure many other states, even not all, would have put some level of structures in place.
Despite the challenges, stakeholders expressed optimism that Nigeria is on the path toward truly inclusive development, where no one is left behind. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Shaping Tomorrow, the strategic role of Muslim women and youth in building resilient and righteous communities was a theme for this year's edition of National Conference of Women in the Hour. Yanusa Suleiman reports that the conference held in Damaturu, Yobe State, with participants including the Director General of NTA, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembers, is described as rewarding and fulfilling in the task of shaping Nigeria's future.
Established in 2003, Women in Dawah is a leading umbrella organization for Muslim women's groups in Nigeria, dedicated to promoting education, enlightenment, outreach, and advocacy on women's issues. Shaping Tomorrow, the strategic role of Muslim women and youth in building resilient and righteous communities, as the theme of the group's 18th National Conference. Wife of the Vice President, Hajjan Nana Kashim Shatima, representative says, is relevant and timely as Nigeria continues to navigate its challenges.
Let this conference be a catalyst for positive change, inspiring us to action and uniting us in our shared vision for a better tomorrow.
It is really sad and unfortunate that we have so many vices in the community right now. And this is one of the issues we addressed at this, or we are addressing at this conference. We have a youth session where we engage the youth to tell us, okay, what are their problems.
NTS Director General Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, represented alongside other Islamic clerics, believe that women as first educators and moral compasses play a crucial role in nurturing future generations. Hence, the conference serves as a tool for educating and equipping them to face the persistent challenges of the present world through Islamic perspective.
The conference has discussed a lot of issues bordering on family values, family morale, discipline, and how economically women can contribute into the society.
In today's Nigeria, as a woman, as a mother, if you are not contented, you don't have what you pass to your children.
Prominent figures, including the Yobe State Governor, were honored for their significant contributions in propagating and promoting Islamic values in the country. In Damaturu, Yunusa Suleiman, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 3 on NTA News24. Here is a recap of our top stories. Congratulatory messages flowing as Super Falcons of Nigeria clinches 10th Women's AFCON. Vice President Kashim Shatima departs Abuja for United Nations Food System Summit in Addis Ababa. Nigerian Navy ready to descend on illegal criminals operating on the country's waterways. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, has promised to partner the private sector to boost revenue in the territory through tourism. Wike said this at a one-day interactive session organized for Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, NIDO, by the Emerging Abuja Projects in Abuja. The minister, represented by the Director of Tourism, Anne Dogo, stressed that the government must partner the private sector, which plays a critical role in the development of tourism. Chairman Nigerian Diaspora Organization NIDO, Harold Ogunfemi, who pledged commitment to partner the Emerging Abuja program to boost the tourism sector, noted that the project would give Abuja and Nigeria a new face in the tourism world.
The more the Nigeria, the city will develop. So I'm happy that we have people who have passion for tourism sector and who have knowledge and understanding, knowing that the tourism sector, like some people say, is the new oil.
Because we are proud to be Nigerians, we are proud of this. This is what some of us go to do in other countries on holiday. It is happening now in my country. We have to come back and bring people who have never been here to come and patronize our country and see how great Nigeria is, how wealthy Nigeria is, not just in money, not just in minerals, but also culture and in tourism.
Also, Deputy Program Coordinator of the Emerging Abuja Program, Annie Asama, said the whole essence of the project is to use a groovy December to make December in Abuja a time of fun that will also attract tourists and increase revenue for FCT.
Maybe then they will have to reverse the name commercial city. Maybe Abuja will now be called the commercial city when we finish what we have on ground.
I think they should be part of it. Most of those guys in diaspora, they have to come to Nigeria and see what's going on. Actually, not just Nigeria, Abuja, so that they can have the part, they can know the part of the Abujans, how things work. Hopefully, by then, the issues of light and all this will be taken care of.
Over 23 countries under NIDO participated in the one-day interactive session. And it was a moment of goodwill and shared vision as the Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers Abuja chapter donated a custom-built podium to the engineering department of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, reinforcing the spirit of collaboration between the two key institutions. This gesture is aimed at supporting NTA's technical operations and fostering a stronger professional relationship. Engineer Cletus explained that the initiative was born out of a simple observation. The Damsat Postmortem Hall lacked a functional podium. He added that the chapter also enhanced the hall's lighting to create a more suitable space for engineering reviews and discussions.
You see, the collaboration we have with NTA is such that we feel we are NTA and NTA is Nigeria Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, Abuja chapter. You know, our relationship has come a long way. We have changed, so many persons have retired, so many are coming in, and the relationship is ongoing. So if we see where we can help, we feel it's our responsibility to do so.
The Executive Director of Engineering expressed sincere appreciation, describing the donation as practical and thoughtful contribution that will enhance engagement during technical briefings and planning sessions.
This is a body, a well-recognized body worldwide, not in Nigeria. So we're in charge of all the electrical and electronic engineering in Nigeria, you know. So they are very valuable to us. I'm a member of that body. So all the engineers are part of this body. So it's a very, very viable and, encouraging body as far as Nigeria engineering is concerned. So for this, you know, it impacts the NTA. Look at what they have just brought. They were able to lighten the other Adamsa post-mortem. So that's encouraging. It's very encouraging.
Both the NIEEE and NTA signaled their commitment to exploring more opportunities for collaboration, marking this gesture not just as a donation, but as the beginning of a deeper, forward-looking partnership. And that concludes the News Desk at 3 on NTA News24. Thanks for your company. I am Mina Daniels.
Have credible elections at the local government so that these credible people can manage the funds of local government properly.